So that was a team defensive job against him. I was really pleased with that.
Hey Kevin, can you focus?
I mean, that's deplorable foul shooting. There's no other way to call it. And could cost us. Great student support. We really appreciate that. And you get the first one in, and now you got to get better. We've practiced better than that. We practiced better than we played, but not defensively. That was really enjoyable to watch. From a coach's view, I'm sure fans would like to see, guys banging the ball and dunks and all that other stuff. But that was really terrific team defense.
So what specifically were you doing well defensively that maybe you didn't do as well last year?
I thought we were more cohesive as a group, and we've been doing that in practice. We've been more cohesive as a group. And I have to be honest with you, like all this woe is me on our we led the Atlantic 10 in field goal percentage defense last year. So how bad was it?
Well, the perimeter defense.
Yeah, they made threes last year against us. We didn't commit. I mean, today you had CJ chasing a guy and you had Ron Roberts chasing a guy. So that's a lot of length. I mean, I hate being coaching cliches, but we threw a lot of length at them.
So you mentioned team defense. Langston had to look like he had the primary responsibility for Morgan. What did you see from him?
Well, Langston is a terrific all-around player, and very, very conscientious. So he what I thought he did, Dick, to be honest with you, is I thought every possession he worked, and even in there now, like the one possession that he gave up a three. The kid ran from one side of the court to the other. That's the only That's the only points he had. He had a 4-point play. That was it. But his teammates did a really, really great job. I mean, real subtly. CJ in the first half, every ball screen, they hard hedged. They showed up. Halil in the second half ran the kid off of a three, coming up to the top of the key. So that was at the defensive end. It was really a team, but in Langston's case, that's what he does. He gives you maximum effort, and he should be applauded for that.
Phil, on the other end, it seemed like maybe first game rust on offense wasn't as cohesive at all times.
Well, we've tried something different this preseason. To be honest with you, we've kept 5 guys together every day in practice. I've never done that before. And I think that what we're seeing, we saw it in our exhibition game, now we saw it tonight. And I've said this to the coaches the other day. When those other guys get in, you think that they're just going to fit, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I mean, we were on our way to a 35-point half, and then we didn't go cold. We went stale. There were a couple things. I have practiced this team too hard, because I like them, and I like being out there with them. So we go too long. So I have to start to ease off a little bit with that, and then we have to have these other guys find their way when in the game. They just don't. We practice every day. So Isaiah Miles is going to be a good player, because Isaiah Miles every day plays Ron Roberts. That's who he guards, and he looks around at days, and I said, yeah, but that's who you're going to play against in this league. That's who you're playing against Friday night, so might as well get used to it here in practice every day.
You ever have a better missed dunk since you've been coaching?
I don't get real enthralled with missed dunks, as you well know.
Could you make an exception for that?
No, because then that led to Langston trying to tip dunk one. No, Ron, I like the 12 rebounds. And I'm pretty sure that he notes that for Halil, that he out-rebounded him.
I feel you had to, like, Christensen didn't turn the ball over in 36 minutes. You just thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that really it was kind of like listing, so to speak. He made a great steal. His finish at the rim was a good, confident play. I thought all of his shots were confident, other than his foul shot. And we videotaped them. We've done everything that we could. But, you know, with the guys that he's playing with, if he doesn't turn the ball over, he's going to really give us a chance. I mean, we have 4 really different kind of offensive players. You know, if we went out and played that game again, you gave me the exact same 12 shots for Ron Roberts, you know one night he's making all 12. So we got to be critical of that, but we got to use it as teaching on Wednesday when we go back in.
Phil, we saw Langston at the point also. He looked pretty comfortable there. Could you talk
Well,
about that?
I mean, I'm not being disrespectful, but he could in this game because he was
Right.
you know what I mean. He was the best athlete in the backcourt. So, but that's what we have. I mean, Evan Mashmeyer now has a fracture. He'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks. He's the backup to Chris Wilson. So Friday night, there's going to be times when Langston has the ball. Certainly, he's going to have the ball.
Talk about the performance by your bench tonight.
They cheered well. Is that what you mean? They were very encouraging. They prepared, and that's what I'm saying. Like they're in a little bit of a difficult position that I put them in because I put my starters together every day, and when they go in, if you look at it, when we go a little bit of a down spot, both Thursday night and tonight, it's a couple of those guys are in together, and they're trying to find their way on the court. So, but they all bounce back. Darius made a heck of a play down here, rotated and caused the steal. Pop hit a 3 there when we were struggling, but they can't judge their game on that. They have to judge their game on whether they've made positive plays for us. So, like in the first half, I think there were 3 turnovers from that position, and that can't happen.
What would you take away from this game tonight in preparation for your showdown with Notre Dame on Friday night?
A little early for a showdown, it would be my suggestion. And I'm really pleased for this team because I know I heard it since the schedule came out. Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Notre Dame. We had a lot of people forget that we opened with Yale. And we went 0-2 against the Ivy League last year. So if you expect to execute Friday night, you had to execute today. If you expect to follow a defensive game plan on Friday, you have to do it now. So I don't know anything about Notre Dame. I have 2 tape. Well, I have this game. I'll have this when I go up to my office with whatever they did tonight with Monmouth, and then I have their game from Saturday. I'll watch it, study it. We'll take tomorrow off and come up with a game plan. I think it's a great opportunity for the players. They're playing in a tournament that's for a cause bigger than themselves, Coaches versus Cancer. They're going to Barclay. And I want them to be appreciative of the fact that they're going to Brooklyn after all that New York has been through with our. So it's bigger than just a basketball game. I don't want to get all caught up in it's November. And to call it a showdown, I don't necessarily see it that way. Who does Notre Dame play this weekend in football? Wake Forest. I hope all their fans are concentrating on that game. We'll have a lot of fans there, I guarantee you that. How did Rutgers do?
Yeah, no. Oh, I don't know. No, I'll get it. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Locker room's open.